Hey there, sinners, and we're back. Oh god, do we have to do this whole house bit again? Motherfucker. No, it's collapsed. Okay, cool. What about the water heater? That's important. That's saved. Newspaper. You know what? If the neighbor doesn't talk, then we'll know he's good. He probably won't since he's up there now.
All a man can do is put in a prayer for the dead. That's about all I've got to say about it.
Standard man's dress shoe.
No sign of mud. Yeah, I think we were good. It may have even like stopped us like right there.
Can you drive to this one?
You know, I don't think I did. I think it picked up like it just saved and then crashed.
Shame about Jep. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Want to bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
It crashed while I was trying to load this. Like we were just getting into this loading screen when it hit me.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
Sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Holy shit!
You sorry sack.
You blacken.
You've had a bad break. But this isn't the answer.
Pacification punch! You Bob Barker looking motherfucker!
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Yeah, the last stream died. It wasn't that the stream died, actually. It was the game literally blue screened on me. LA Noire, folks. This game can't keep its shit together. I say that mainly because LA Noire is the game that killed my original PS3 and made me have to buy a new one. Examine the side of the building to your right to find poor cement quality. I'd just like to thank Eurogamer, by the way.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Huh.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Alright, Elysian Fields it is.
You're behind the wheel.
Right.
Let's go to our actual car, not this police cruiser. Even though I'm the popo, I don't want to look like I'm the popo.
You know the way. You can drive.
So where do you want to go?
Where the fuck do you think we're going?
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe. Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Such a gentleman.
May I help you, gentlemen?
I wonder how...
Would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Yeesh.
Like a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs! We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
He doesn't have any eyes.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulation.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Except we found them. Right here.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waiters, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
What?
Glad to be of help, officers.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Your boss is a fine man.
Here. What's he waiting for?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks, ma'am.
We are really close to being done with this case.
Well, I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
This motherfucker.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake?
Not even for that.
You're not gonna ask me why I'm here?
I wouldn't give you the pleasure. Get around him.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
There's no more
Thanks for your
departments.
cooperation.
Arson's where the game ends.
Stay away.
Vice
You
is
have
the
no idea
shortest
the type of
one.
people that are involved in that.
I think
I have a pretty good
homicide's
idea.
probably the longest.
The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
I mean, we already had a twist.
Yeah.
You missed it, though. Cole's cheating on his wife.
He started making noises.
And Roy there reported
Sorry
his
about that.
ass.
I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking
You thought it
Roy
should've
turned
left,
him
didn't
in.
you?
I did.
So that way it would cover
I don't like
up
to talk about it.
You come
like a
across a guy
prostitution
called
ring
Jack
or whatever.
Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Oh, and we saw a bunch of Cole's old war buddies, like the ones from the flashbacks. They all made an appearance at the end of the Vice cases because there's apparently a whole bunch of narcotics that are tied to one of them, but they didn't know who, so they were all mysteriously dying until Cohen, like the big gangster dude, can find where the morphine is at. So that was the thing too. Yeah, you missed a lot. As I was wrapping, or as I started this new stream, I kind of picked a bad place to stop because that's when we got some actual, like, not single case related story development. Yeah, so as retribution for that, because they didn't want the mayor and the chief of police to be disgraced, they instead ran a headline about how decorated war hero Cole Phelps is cheating on his wife.
Bitch.
That's how he got kicked out of Vice, because he's actually under investigation. And him working arson is basically his punishment for that. That was not a promotion for him. It was a demotion for sure. Yeah, that little bit you missed, man. Between that and your phone call, you missed a lot there too. That's why everybody's acting like such a dick towards Cole, like people who don't even know him.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
Let's see what he's hauling around. Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Right. It absolutely is. It's mainly so that way he can keep working.
You should revise the APB.
While they wait for his review.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Holy cow. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units. Officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Where's he gonna go? He's just plowing through everything.
See if we can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. No! You gotta get me closer! Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole. Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
Fires benefit Elysian in some way. I see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. It's hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. Couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What? Fun fact.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You work for Elysian.
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help Miss Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
So that's his little boo thing on the side. She's the one who sings at the club. We really tallied up that vehicle damage, didn't we? Well, we still got 5-star on it. This one isn't a super long case, but it's a little longer than this one.
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
Oh. We're not playing as Cole.
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the
What
settlement.
do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
I mean, this would be the girl he'd be busy with.
Case file.
She's right here. It's because Kelso hates his fucking guts. So you can't really work on this case yourself.
There's got to be more in these files. There's something else in that report. I know it.
Yeah, I need to read this letter that's behind it, but there we go.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happened. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address. Not the phone number.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up.
For.
He walks faster than she does.
I
He
didn't
walks
come to
faster than Cole
California to be a
does.
second.
It's a little weird not playing as Cole. Not gonna lie.
Mr. Benson?
So there, you got yourself
Wanted to
another
see me?
twist.
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lickman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lickman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
Right, because Cole can't feasibly work on this case.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
And Kelso's in a much better position to do so.
Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
You about got clubbed with that putter.
A nice thing about egotists, they don't talk about other people.
Your car, Mr. Kelso? Thanks, kid.
Oh, he doesn't get a partner, but you can just skip to wherever you're wanting to go. Also, Cole's been told in very strong words, do not investigate Elysian. He's got eyes on him. Kelso can work a little bit off the radar. So it makes sense to send Kelso after this instead.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners. Bulldozing and starting again.
He is, yeah. He's being watched very heavily, so he's kind of having to work through people to get this all taken care of.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
All right.
Hey, you just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
Fuck you telling me what to do, you old bitch. I was in War
to the
II.
house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Don't talk shit like you won.
The place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
So they're using a bunch of wood that's not good for construction. So please.
Let's try to piece this together.
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Son of a bitch.
The ad says I can just run.
Oh, shit.
Oh. They've sped him up. They have sped him up significantly since what this guy had.
You son of a bitch.
Oh god, that's the wrong way! Can't drive full speed.
Oh, shit. Come on, Jack.
He can't get you. How's this gonna work?
Oh.
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Hey, look about
That's so random.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. The housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since '41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields.
They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
Kelso is a fucking beast. Oh, we already missed some clues.
It's one way to keep your costs down. Too bad it won't support a roof. So this is where their lumber comes from? Gotta be something else around here. Wonder what's left in the buildings.
There's another gate I have to climb over. Or I'll just head in here anyways. That's where I'm supposed to go.
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
What's up?
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GIs.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon, editor of the Times.
Doctor.
District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company. You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity. I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition. It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry. Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing.
God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now, that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money. The GI Bill is government money.
There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Of course, Curtis. So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Operator, I'd be glad if you'd put me through to police dispatch.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lichtman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lichtman or Luke Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks, ma'am.
Oh, they didn't let me get that newspaper that I saw. Shit.
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
Right.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
Yo, listen to her. Huh. Still playing as Kelso. We'll be lucky if he lives through the night. if the gate's closed, it's probably locked too. The fuck? Some more of that keystone lumber. I wonder if there's any shenanigans here. It just says make your way upstairs.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
There's a light coming through.
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? Got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few taps in that style.
Time for you to lose those teeth.
Well. God. That's like the last 3 years all at once kicking the shit out of me.
Tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk. Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. Pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
Wow. Motherfucker.
Elsa.
You're so kind. Thank you.
Sorry, pal. Desperate times.
Y'all, I am the king of driving where I'm not supposed to.
Monroe owns the city.
These fucking cars
owns the
can't handle
cops.
this shit, though.
I need to find Elsa. What's your problem?
control your car.
It's rare when you're the one actually running. Whatever, losers. Bye. Dumbasses.
Where are they? Is that the last of them?
Yeah, I like Kelso fairly enough. I think Phelps is a better fighter. They made me hit the brakes.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
There's 3 cases left, including the one that's about to come up. One of them is the last DLC case, dude. Like, this one's a main story case, and the next one's a DLC case, and then there's the final case of the game. And we done the cases.
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Ho, boo. Weapons company.
Sir.
Sir.
We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They can pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers. Head in!
Where's he going? Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order? You did.
Yeah, you kind of did, Phelps.
Miss Lichtman. How long have you been sitting there?
Not long, Mr. Kelso.
You look lovely, Princess.
Wow.
You haven't exactly caught me at my best. It's okay, Miss Lichtman. I'm a big boy. I know how to take my licks.
Please, call me Elsa.
Okay, Elsa? What can I do for you?
I'd like to explain because
I can join the dots, Elsa.
Cole needs your help, Jack. The police department have frozen him out.
Look, you're obviously a brave lady, but you can't fight all Cole's battles for him.
I just wanted to apologize for...
You don't have to apologize. You were right about Elysian Fields. Tell me something. What was Lou Buckwalter's regular job?
He was a carpenter. He built sets for RKO, Warner Brothers.
Set carpenter? Perfect. If you don't mind, Elsa, I'd like to get a little rest now. I've got a lot more dots to join, and it's making my head hurt.
That's perfectly understandable, Mr. Jack. I hope we can meet again under less dramatic circumstances.
I hope so too, Princess. I'd like that.
You Kelso?
Who's asking?
Peterson, Assistant DA.
You're in the wrong building, Peterson. This is a hospital.
A wise guy. Let me tell you a story, Kelso.
Can I get the abridged version? My head hurts.
You're a funny guy, Jack.
What do you want, Peterson?
A colorful character mentioned your name. He said that you might know something about...
There's a problem with colorful characters, Peterson. First they send you over a drink, then they buy you dinner, then you get a phone call in the middle of the night for a favor. Try rubbing shoulders with some solid citizens. They're the ones you're supposed to protect.
You finished, Kelso?
For the moment.
I'm going to run for DA, Kelso. The current administration stinks.
And you want me to help?
I'm looking for a DA's investigator. You get a gun and a badge and $120 a month.
I get $150 a month now.
I'm going after the Vice Squad, Kelso. It's going to get me elected.
I've got something better. How about Leland Monroe?
The property developer?
You think I fell down the stairs?
Well, okay. And we're still playing as Kelso. I figured that'd be a one-chapter deal.
Thanks for the patch-up, Princess. Might be the only R&R I get for some time.
Cool. Interesting hospital. Two. Coming after you, boss. So I'm gonna be out of a job here real soon anyways. Oh, look at that. Nobody home. Oh, no, it's him.
Remember me?
Jack. It's good to see you. You've caught me at a slightly inopportune moment. Can we do this some other time?
Back off, Curtis. Move away from the door.
Jack, there's no call for that.
You're smooth, Curtis. I'll give you that. You try to get me killed, and you still manage to be polite about it.
Jack, how could you accuse me of having anything to do with that?
I want to know all about you and Monroe, Curtis. You give it up, or I beat it out of you.
Get the fuck out of here, Jack. You're fired. Who do you think you are?
Well, look at that. I told you I was about to get
Get
fired.
out of town now while you still have the chance. You have no idea what kind of forces you're dealing with here.
I guess we've exhausted the passive options. Sit tight, Curtis. I'm taking a look around.
I ain't the fucking cops. I'm an insurance investigator. Just another day in the office. But you just got fired. I'm a fucking investigator for insurance. We're the highest form of law there is. Oh. Ho ho. So this is his. And this, ho ho, is hers. That lipstick, though. Messy as fuck. We've come a long way
What
with
exactly
lipstick.
do you expect to find, Jack?
On the table behind Curtis. Yeah, here we go.
To get all of the stockholders, I need to follow the paper trail.
$100 each for a share. That's Oh.
Jack, you've made a terrible mistake. Get out while you can.
I knew you were in bed with a lesion, Curtis. Now I know why.
Let's head to the bedroom so I can besmirch your character. Oh, hi there, princess.
How old are you, princess?
16, mister?
Ho ho, that's illegal as fuck
How
in the
old are you,
States.
really?
Nearly 13.
That's especially illegal in the United States.
You take love where you can find it as you get older.
Love? That has nothing to do with love, Curtis.
Some might find your romantic notions endearing, Jack. I find them very tiring.
You're finished, Curtis.
That remains to be seen, Jack.
I haven't told you about my new job, Curtis. DA's investigator.
Who do you think the DA reports to, Jack?
Get dressed, you're getting out of here.
He's not so bad. He just lays on top of me and grunts for a few minutes.
Ah!
He's kind. He buys me nice things.
Get dressed, you're leaving.
Get some clothes on, for God's sake. This is a Christian
She will only
street.
come back.
I want answers, Curtis. So pay attention.
Please, Jack. I'm not a violent man.
I don't get it, Curtis. You're vice president of the company. Why take the risk?
It's a simple business transaction, dear boy.
You're lying, Curtis. Something happened at the company, didn't it? That's why you took the bribe.
Bribe? What bribe? How can you accuse me of benefiting ahead of the company?
Let's try those.
I noticed that the share certificates are in your name, Curtis, not the company's. What did you use as collateral?
Those sons of bitches at Sacramento. They passed me over for president. Sent me here because they believed it was a backwater. But they were wrong. Los Angeles will become the capital of the West, not San Francisco. This place will be the city of the 20th century. And I'm gonna get my cut, Jack.
You're going to jail, Curtis. You and your cronies.
We'll see about that, Jack.
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You're talking about the future of Los Angeles. You cannot interfere with these plans.
Information, Curtis.
Business people who have joined forces to meet the demand for new homes.
You're lying, Curtis. They're going to burn those movie sets they call houses, and you're carrying the insurance on them.
And how do you prove that, Jack?
Rancho Escondido burnt to the ground. California Fire and Life is carrying the paper.
Jack, the best result you could get from insurance would be replacement cost. The stakes are much, much higher.
Why the big payoff in the Buckwalter case? It was bound to bring it to attention.
Who could have predicted this particular confluence of events? Elsa Lichtman as the beneficiary who spurns the cash. The brilliant but flawed detective becoming her lover. And you, Jack, taking their bait.
You buy green lumber and use it to build houses. How do you expect it to end?
Mr. Monroe has a fine reputation for building houses. What would I know about his choice of building materials?
Give me what I need or I'll beat it out of you.
It's all there in the case file, if you know what to look for.
Very neat, Curtis. Maybe I can't work it out, but Phelps can. He may be many things, but he is one of the best detectives the LAPD has ever had.
Your card is marked, Jack. You'll have an unfortunate accident if you don't leave town.
Your California isn't the same as mine, Mr. Benson. Not at all.
Son, you're a couple of slates short of
I'm just going up to my office, Barty. Gotta check over some files.
Take the elevator. First door on the right when you come out. You know the way, Kelso.
You know, I would have gone that route if it wasn't for the whole character switcheroo bit. I just think that Phelps isn't quite the war hero. I don't think he necessarily did anything bad, but he gets a lot more credit, so working as a detective he tries to make up for it. It's first door to the right.
Road has socks.
Right by the bathroom. Perfect.
So, Curtis, what is it you don't want me to see? "34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west."
Okay. Cool. Hall of Records, let's do it. Oh shit. Hold up. We gotta head back up. I just read that I missed one thing, which actually makes a lot of sense considering like the game hasn't prompted me to go anywhere. Might be. Even reading the guide, I'm fucking stupid. So, going back to this.
There's got to be more in these files.
Yep, there sure is. It's around the pink slip. It's right. No.
There's something else in that report. I know it.
Insured replacement value for the house is $900. Current value of the house and land is $3,500. Christ, how many of these dumps are we carrying on the books?
I have a Detective Phelps of the LAPD here to see you.
Have a seat, Cole. Where's the go-between? She's awful easy on the eye for a foreign girl.
Does that private dick petter actually work on anyone, Kelso? It's not your style. You were always a little more direct.
This is your dime, officer.
Would you have helped me if I asked, Jack? Chuck on the shoulder, shot of Semper Fi.
Fuck you, Cole. Be a man. Why send a woman to do your dirty work? You're a cop. Why do you want my help?
I thought a PI might be a little more discreet.
I'm no gumshoe. I used to be an investigator for this company before your investigation got me fired.
That was kind of your own bullheadedness.
Sorry to hear that, Jack. I'm sorry about a lot of things.
Is that an apology, Cole?
It's a feeble attempt at one, yes. Look, Jack, it's a murder case, and I need help to solve it.
So what's it got to do with Elysian Fields developments?
They're in it somehow. The flyers keep turning up whenever I find a domestic fire.
They're boosters. Stiffing GIs for deposits, making them wait months for a throw-up house. They're already making more money than they can count. What's turned them into killers?
So you believe me?
This is why you dragged me into the Buckwalter case.
Look, Jack, I'm sorry. But if not for me, do it for some of the poor saps who are dying. Or some of the leathernecks who are getting grifted. How about it, Jack?
I know you, Cole. You're still beating yourself up over that medal on Sugarloaf. The medal you think you didn't deserve, but you just don't get it. Nobody deserves a medal. It's just the ridiculous situation you find yourself in and how you react to it. You think you failed up on that hill. But courage isn't a tap you could turn on or off. Courage isn't permanent. It's a tenuous and fickle thing. Courage and cowardice exist in every man. Get over it.
You got it off your chest.
I guess I have.
Can you help me, Jack?
I'm thinking about it. The Hall of Records is the place to start.
So are we Cole or are we Kelso? Maybe we're both. No, still Kelso. Huh. Wonder if they ever got this chandelier fixed.
Hello there. You need some help there, sir?
The Land Registry Office. Where is it?
Just up the stairs.
Thanks.
You know, I could have looked. And it does say right there on the second floor, Land Registry Office. You can see there's also births, deaths, and marriages, the copy room, and the marriage license department up there. Very cool. Neato. Now come on, you can't only mark 2 of the doors.
I'd like to see the company details of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Certainly, sir. Just this way.
All those suburban sons of bitches ought to be listed in here.
Courtney, for God's sake, what's he got to do with this? I'd like information on a plot of land.
Okay, do you have the address?
Not exactly. It's a new lot. I have the coordinates. 34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
All right, that makes it a bit more difficult. Come with me. I believe that is in the Wilshire area. Here.
34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west. The lot number's 1876988.
Unfortunately, that is just the beginning. We have at least 1 million lot numbers in the Los Angeles area. The registrations are in alphabetical order. You need to convert your lot number to a letter.
How do I do that?
Over here. Use this adding machine. There are 90,000 entries to a book, so divide your lot number by 90,000.
1876988 divided by
90,000. Yes.
$1,876,988 divided by 90,000.
20.
A starts at 0, so you want to add 1 to your number.
21.
That number is your letter of the alphabet. Once you have the letter, find the right aisle, and you are in business.
You do this every day?
You pointed right to where I needed to go.
Let's see what the site is worth to them.
It's 1876988.
The book value is $350. With the new home in place, the improved value of the property is $3,500. They can make a killing. But how do they pull it off?
Know why I plumbed for the caddy? The extra trunk space.
One thing you learned in the war, boys. You do your talking once the smoke clears. Throw out the guns.
He's there, right there!
How long do you think you can hold out? I need a word, Courtney.
That's okay, Jack. You didn't need to come all the way down.
It's important, Courtney.
How can I help?
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
What are you talking about?
Don't fuck with me, Courtney!
Jack, I swear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How does your name appear as one of the investors in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
You're out of your mind.
I was down at the Hall of Records checking on a property company called Elysian Fields Developments. Their funding comes from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Seriously, Jack, I have no idea.
Your name is there, Courtney, with some pretty interesting company. The mayor, the district attorney, some dirty cops, and your buddy, Dr. Harlan Fontaine.
Dr. Fontaine?
Spill it, Courtney. I want all of it. Fontaine and the rest.
Fontaine took the morphine off our hands. Look, Jack, I know you said to get rid of it, but it's okay. I did something good for once. He reinvested the money for us. That's it. That's what's happening. They're building houses for GIs, Jack. I turned a mistake into something beneficial. Something that's going to help out the guys.
Courtney, they're building matchstick houses. They're going to burn them for the insurance money. They'll probably stiff the poor bastards for the deposits.
Please, Jack. Say it isn't so. Harlan's a doctor. A good one. He helps out a lot of people.
Looks like he's helping himself, Courtney. You're the fall guy. Who's asking?
Leyland Monroe.
I was wondering when you'd get around to calling.
I'd like to meet with you, Mr. Kelso.
I bet you would, Mr. Monroe. But I value my skin highly enough to not want to meet with you. Why don't you just send some more of your boys around and we'll have a nice cup of tea?
You realize that I could make you a very wealthy man, Mr. Kelso.
Better than $220 a month?
You're a very witty man, Kelso. Substantially better.
I'm going to have to let it slide, Mr. Monroe.
Are you haggling with me, Jack?
I might be.
Come around to my place at 9. 5164 Santa Monica Boulevard. You'll come?
I might. Good night, Mr. Monroe.
This is about turned up bloodbath, y'all.
I appreciate the help, all of you. We can reminisce later. I want a minimum of noise and no prisoners.
No prisoners? This isn't Peleliu, Jack.
These guys are grifting GIs. That's what they do for a living.
It's okay, Jack. We all feel the same way. Just hasn't turned out quite the way we imagined.
Let's get it done. Teams of 2 at the ready.
Phelps would be in there like, huh, let me look at this fucking Clorox bottle. Kelso's like, fuck you.
You can walk out here or go out in a box.
Somebody put the fire on that guy!
Kelso's like, fuck you, I'm bringing in the guns. Yes, please, and thanks.
How long do you think you can hold out?
I'm gonna flank this shit out. Ran out of ammo.
Stay down, damn it! I'm out of here. They're an open ground, Jack.
Those goddamn Marines.
Real clever, asshole. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
Still got fucking head up.
Real clever, asshole.
Or don't.
I'm gonna find you. Bug it out. Get after him. Real clever, asshole. I'm gonna find you.
Oh, shit.
You're surrounded and your buddies are dead.
All right, men, hold the perimeter. I got personal business with Mr. Leland Monroe.
What up, bitch?
Running low. Almost out. Need a new weapon. Keep on going, Jack.
There it is.
We meet again. Really?
You're a very sweet-looking girl to be holding such a big gun.
I know how to use it, mister.
I'm sure you do. So how about pointing it over there in the direction of Hollywood instead of at me, Princess?
You're quite the wise guy.
Don't normally shoot women, Princess. How about putting the cannon down?
He'll fucking deck her, though.
I didn't think you had the guts, sweetheart. I was never very good at reading women.
That's not.
Monroe! Where are you, damn it?
Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I saw it coming. Should have seen that coming.
Christ. Just missed.
Don't move, mister! Come and get me.
Reload fight. That was dumb. But he's got ammo. The ammo is good.
Running low.
Is there anything? Oh yeah, it's until his office. We're clear till then.
Jack Kelso.
That's my opening negotiating position.
You crazy son of a bitch! How did you get in here?
I killed everybody.
I'm bleeding to death. Get me a doctor.
I thought I had an invitation, Monroe. Your boys outside were certainly expecting me. That's my second offer.
You sadistic bastard! What do you want?
I'm going to take a look around, Monroe. Then I want you to tell me what you know about the mayor and those Trojan houses that you're building. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Remind me what they say about absolute power, Monroe.
Fuck you, Jack. Call me an ambulance already.
10,000 at 3,500 a pop.
I need to speak with you urgently.
It probably is at
Tell
221,000.
me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
It's the fund we are using to channel money into the development of new houses.
Why is my name on the board of managers?
Technically, you are a major contributor. Please call me.
Those houses are a sham, Doctor. They're going to be burned for the insurance.
That's a scandalous allegation, Corey. Do you have any proof?
Jack Kelso, an investigator for California Fire and Light, has seen them. He was almost killed when he found out what was going on.
I don't know what to say. I feel that I have been duped. Who do you think is behind this subterfuge?
Jack says it's a property developer named Monroe. He said it goes all the way to the mayor.
You cannot believe that I was involved.
I don't know what to believe anymore, Doctor. I hope that you weren't involved.
Thank you for your trust, dear boy. Be still,
Yeah, I saw it coming.
All of your troubles are finally over. Let them go. Let them drift away.
Well, Sheldon didn't make it. It's unfortunate.
That's a hell of a payroll. I'm guessing Benson's portfolio is only a fraction the size of yours, Monroe.
Haberdasher.
Keep the dirt on Fontaine under lock and key. This is your insurance.
Did I not see everything? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. It's on his desk.
Some sold up. The others obviously didn't know the lengths these sons of bitches would go to.
It can't be stopped, Kelso. There's too much money at stake.
Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, Monroe. Ask the Emperor of Japan.
Have some fucking mercy!
Operator, put me through to Phelps, arson squad. Yeah, Biggs, Jack. I'm at Monroe's. He's in a talkative mood. If you get here in a hurry, you might get something before he bleeds to death. Elsa.
Oh, thank God.
Where? Fontaine. Dead? Former patient.
So that crazy son of a bitch finally came back for a checkup.
It's Monroe. He's raving.
You want information, cocksucker. You get me some medical help.
I've got to go, Herschel. Monroe's negotiating again. Do you want my final offer, Leland? Tell me how I find the guy who has Elsa.
Not Casey. He did whatever Fontaine asked. He had some kind of power over him. He did all the fires and then he went off the rails. I don't have a fucking name! He worked as a bug sprayer. Get me a goddamn doctor!
Pleasure doing business.
Kelso, you son of a whore! Get me a goddamn doctor!
Don't you know about 911? The phone's right there, bud. You can do it. So after that, we get to do a whole fucking stupid DLC mission to keep us from doing the last mission of the game. Aren't you fucking happy about that? I am. I could shit. I'm so excited for that.
Hey, news from Jack. There's a statewide APB out on him.
Jack's okay. He has something up his sleeve. He's not.
Well, there's this case and then one, like the last
We go after the other
case.
side
I
of the
can't
equation.
skip this
Jack
case.
has a legion and its cronies running scared. We go after the doctor and some of the other guys.
With the whole department breathing down our necks.
It's time for action, Herschel. It's time for change. Jack's crossed the Rubicon, and we have to be on the other side ready to help him.
Christ, what was that?
Fucking
Something big.
Think it's the Reds? You think those Rusky sons of bitches that dropped the H-bomb on us?
Calm down, Herschel. We need to be ready for the call.
I'm not waiting for an invitation. Get in the car and head for the cloud. KGPL can give us the details on the way.
All units. Reports of an explosion. Location. Alternative location. It's south of Santa Monica. West of.
Why don't you just say, hey, oh God!
All units. Car 88K reports an explosion downtown. Repeating, 88K is reported.
Holy shit! Yeah. And then all the fucking, I don't know if it's looting or people running for their lives.
Cut them or put them down.
That's
We need to get this
looters.
area under control.
Okay, definitely looters. Dispensing justice, one bullet at a time.
Commander will want us at the scene. Let's go.
Jesus. I'd never seen nothing like this.
I wish I could say the same. It's like a bomb's gone off. Jesus Christ. Poor people.
We gotta find out what went down.
Get delayed somewhere?
Oh, I'm sorry, we're in the middle of goddamn Resistance Fall of Man over here.
God's name happened here.
Wasn't nuclear. If it was, we'd all be dead from the radiation.
That's reassuring.
Just waiting for the goddamn aliens to pop up with the weird ass weapons.
Look at the size of that crater.
What's going on over there?
The mayor is going on television, appealing for calm.
Television? Who can afford one of those things?
Anything to go on?
Looking at the remains of Nicholson electroplating. I have an idea of what might have caused the explosion, but I'm only guessing. Have a look around the rubble, see if you come up with anything.
Sure.
World's turned upside down, Cole.
Then it's time for us to do our jobs.
Vaporized. Oh, brother.
That's some shit to hold up.
That's it, Mr. Mayor. We're wrapped.
Well, good. Thank you very much, son. I think it went okay.
Couple of hiccups, sir, but that's to be expected. Nobody's ever done this before. We'll get better with practice.
That maybe goes for me too, son. Should have played it a little more somber. What do you think, son?
No, Mr. Mayor. You came across as, very resolute.
Out of the way, boy. I need to compose myself. You think the suit looks appropriate? Oh, who cares what you think? Get on with the investigation.
Circumstantial.
I was gonna say, it's one of those damn insta-heat pipes again. Causing who knows how much chaos. So, let's see. Follow the path to the end, examine the 2 pieces of line of the work to earn the trophy, the nose. I don't get where they want me to go for this trophy. Oh, the shoe caused it. Clearly.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Sweet heavens. Oh. I thought Forfix was a tough place.
This place is a fucking wreck.
Hey, detective! I think I got something here.
Any idea what this is?
Very large egg cup? A Viking helmet? How would I know, Phelps?
Looks to me like some kind of machine component. An airplane part, maybe.
That we did a thing. Alright, so we've done that. Head back and take a right and examine a small piece of burned shirt. Sure, I'll find one of those.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Phelps! I think I found something over here.
Well, let's fucking examine it, Christ.
Looks like all that's left. I can try the laundry tag.
Detective, you seen this yet? Come take a look.
Blew the locker open, but shielded the contents. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, only OSS agents use these things. We'll need to get the film developed to see if there's an espionage angle. Any ideas, Herschel?
None that I care to utter for public consumption. What is it?
A substitution cipher. The Germans used them in the war. These are cipher rings.
You know what to do with them?
Maybe. I used them in OCS. His first letter to the cipher key. The rest of the message should align itself.
So, K. H. HP. E.
It's an address. 133 North Vermont Avenue. Tomoko Akamoto. Japanese name.
Well, that's fun, I guess. There wasn't a chance to otherwise examine the note. Nah, it just takes you right to the cipher. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I'm finished this game, I'm taking a nap. Then when I wake up, it's time for judgment. Because I'll be done with this game.
I'm Fred Nicholson.
This is your place?
What's left of it? 32 years of work up in smoke.
Can you tell us what happened?
Our chief chemist, Harold McClellan, was using this area to test the new process.
What exactly is this new process?
That's classified information, son.
A lot of people died here, Mr. Nicholson. I'm prepared to go to the press and tell them it was your fault. What is the new process?
A way to chemically polish aluminum. It's traditionally done by hand. It's extremely labor-intensive. The process could be worth millions.
Who is Tomoko Akamoto?
Dr. McClellan's personal assistant. She came highly recommended.
Akamoto was involved in industrial espionage. Was she working for you or for a foreign government?
That's a ridiculous assertion. How can you possibly say she was a spy?
Well, there's maybe this way.
How many of your other employees carry spy cameras in their handbags?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, she was selling me out.
If she wasn't a foreign spy, who could she have been working for?
There could be other plating companies. But the big customers for the process are the aircraft manufacturers. Lockheed, Boeing, Hughes, North American.
What can you tell us about McClellan?
A brilliant chemist. He approached me a few months ago with the idea for the new process.
So no one has ever done this before?
No, but it is legitimate research.
So you thought McClellan could do what no one else could do? You were prepared to take that risk?
Look, he was a trained chemist, and his ideas could revolutionize electroplating.
And you would be rich?
I'm a businessman. What's wrong with turning a buck?
You blew up 6 blocks! God knows how many people are dead.
I regret that.
That's laudable.
I regret that.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nicholson. Can you send us Dr. McClellan and Miss Akamoto's personnel files?
I will if I can find them.
By the way, we also found the collar of a shirt. It has a laundry tag.
They're likely to be Dr. McClellan. The majority of people who work here don't use a laundry service.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you speak to someone at the Army Air Force Base for me, please?
Of course, Detective.
Tell them I have what I believe is an aircraft part. It's polished metal, light for its size, and it looks like a cone of some sort. And stamped on the inside, P&W Wasp Major R4360.
I'll get back to you, Detective, when you check in for messages. Anything else?
I need an address for Superior Laundry Services.
Closest store to your location is in Wilshire, 4766 Melrose Avenue.
Thanks for your help. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? You think McClellan went up in smoke? Or is he still alive?
You could ask the same question about Tomoko Akamoto.
I guess you could. You got an answer?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
This feels like so extra.
Well, well. Why the cloak and dagger routine, Miss Akamoto?
So I turned the place over. Better watch Watch your step.
You know what this is, Biggs?
Sure. The department gives you one of those when you retire.
Oh, shit. That's not some tomato soup they're peddling earlier. That's from, oh, look at that.
Looks like we have a match.
Interesting thing, this Nakamoto. What is it exactly?
Microfilm. A document shrunk to the size of your thumbnail.
Rod must have amazing eyesight.
You blow it up, buddy. It's big. Oh, there he is. It's been there for a minute.
Do you think I could fit in there? I couldn't fit in there.
I'd like to think you would have had something more to say about getting shoved in a fridge, Herschel.
Yeah.
One to the head, one to the heart. Point blank.
Clearly, he's the culprit.
Longines Lindbergh. Very expensive watch. Favored by flyboys. I always wanted one as a kid.
That's funny. As a kid, all I wanted was some food on the table.
Could be a class ring.
Well, that's all the clues.
Biggs, badge 525. I'll need a couple of black and whites, 133 North Vermont Avenue, Wilshire. We'll need an ambulance in the corner. Probably a team from technical services as well.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
We're going to this place that I've drawn in my book. Yeah, this case is kind of a long one. Thankfully, this place should be pretty quick. But then we're gonna go to Hughes Aircraft after this, and it's gonna take a while.
What do you need?
Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We have one of your laundry tags. Can you tell us who it might belong to?
Are you kidding? I got work to do, Mac. Here's the customer book. Knock yourself out.
Wow.
Number was, J2620, Cole.
Who is Hangstrom?
Could be someone else from the factory. Does he have an address?
No. Dead end. Thank you for all your help, sir.
Okie doke, bye.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247, messages, please.
You need to call Ray Pinker urgently.
Can you put me through?
It's ringing now.
We're on our way in.
Nix that. I got a message from Lindbergh Field. An airplane tech there identified your part.
What is it?
He said
said it was a prop spinner from either a Corsair or a B-50.
A what?
Fits over the center of the propeller and protects the pitch gearing.
So it's a military part.
Could be, but get this. The Spruce Goose runs 8 Wasp R4360s. I think you better get over there and check it out.
You're on it.
I know what.
I need an
all of
address
those things
for an
are.
Oscar Hangstrom.
Checking. No residential listing for anyone by that name, Detective. Sorry.
Thank you.
It's a fake ass name, so it was. Hangstrom's a stupid last name, anyways. Hangstrom.
You know the way. You can drive.
So where do you want to go?
I want to go to this place. Take me, chauffeur. We have a game to finish. Hurry up. Chop, chop. Cool. Alright, so we've gone through those. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more locations, and we're done with this case. And it looks like we'll be revisiting the aircraft place.
This is a military project, gentlemen. Can you state your business?
Detectives, Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We're investigating the explosion. We have reason to believe there may be a link to Hughes' aircraft.
I'm sorry, I can't help you there, Detective. Without authorization from Military HQ, you won't be allowed onto this facility.
What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? Hey, Biggs. You're not still with the LAPD.
Right so, mates. Can you help us out here?
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
We're working the big explosion at the electroplating plant. Found a part there that belongs to one of your planes.
I work head of security for Mr. Hughes now. I'll take full responsibility. I'm sure we can clear this up. Follow me. It's the big hangar. You can't miss it.
Who is Mapes? And what's his connection to Howard Hughes?
Vernon Mapes used to work Advice. Word is he runs fuck beds for Hughes' starlets.
A pimp. Earl and Mapes would seem.
Mapes was the role model for creeps like Earl.
Follow me.
Good day, miss. Can that thing really fly?
Mr. Hughes believes so. Amazing, isn't she?
So, this is the Spruce.
Jesus Christ, Biggs, you want to get me fired? Mr. Hughes hates that fucking name. It's the H-4 Hercules to you.
You mind answering a few questions, Mr. Mapes?
Call me Vernon, kid. Fire away.
Okay.
You know anything about the explosion that happened at Nicholson Electroplating this morning?
No more than anyone else. Heard the boom while I was shaving. Almost shit my pants. Thought it was Pearl all over again.
But you had no personal contact with any of the employees. And you have no idea what caused the explosion.
I'm in security. I handle Mr. Hughes' personal interests, if you get my meaning. I'm not directly involved in manufacturing.
Do you know Tomoko Akamoto?
Never heard of the broad. Why?
You don't happen to wear an LAPD tie pin, do you, Mapes?
Sometimes. I have a couple of them from my days on the force.
Do you know the chief chemist at Nicholson Electroplating, a Harold McClellan?
I've heard of the guy. He was pitching some fancy process to the company.
We know that you were sending parts to Nicholson for testing. Question is whether you were going through Nicholson or cutting your own deal with McClellan.
Interesting theory, kid. How you gonna prove any of that?
Well, the guide says if I use this.
We found a prop spinner in the wreckage. We believe it belongs to this aircraft.
We sent them some aluminum parts to test. Howard and the Boffins were interested in this guy McClellan's theories. McClellan was cutting out Nicholson. That's not our problem.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Mapes. Do you mind if we have a look around while we're here?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Want to take a look inside her? And her?
Let's get this, like, fucking plane fetish. Oh, would you look at the beauty of that plane? Oh, such girth. Valor cigarette.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Well, there's two photos in the back. So this one. Damn, I was wondering when we get some good mustaches, man. I actually wasn't wondering that until just now, but now that we're here, hell yeah, I'm wondering. Well,
probably nothing.
Just an uncared for fucking firearm just chilling. Don't mind me.
That is Marie the Body McDonald.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Okay. Neat. Let's check other stuff in the hangar. We're gonna fulfill your airplane fetish now, buddy. Gotta examine the engines toward the oh baby, the rear of the plane. Let's see what kind of jet power they're keeping here in the caboose. Don't mind me, I'm just running on this multi-million-dollar aircraft. Oh, the engines are they're not attached. I don't know shit about planes. Sorry, but I have failed your fetish. Oh, I forgot I can slide down ladders. That's incredibly convenient.
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
Sure is. You know your motors.
Do you mind if I take a look at the prop spinner?
We're getting her ready for sea trials, so be quick about it.
What is the oily covering on the metal?
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
Well, I just thought you ate beefaroni out of it. Okay. It's a much more sciencey answer than I was expecting. Examine the barrels on the steps leading up to the plane. Reflex. Linseed oil, that makes sense.
McClellan's process was going to replace all this.
Oh, baby, we get to go inside. I promise I'll be gentle. Ooh,
Don't you need coordinates or something for that thing, Cole? You're flying blind.
Fucking stop me. Now, I'm not supposed to know if that's the solution. I'm gonna find it out.
Latitude 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. Longitude 76 degrees, 0 minutes west.
Cool. I'm gonna go over
Let's
here.
see what Pinker has for us. He's probably done tinkering with that camera by now.
Let's see where this is exactly. Bahamas. Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned.
Cool. Alright, we're done with this place for now. Now we gotta go to the police station. I learned this dude's name yet. Keep wanting to call him Rusty, but he's not Rusty. He wants to be Rusty.
Thanks for the tour, Mapes.
Always happy to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers?
I don't know, dude.
You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy for
Can you drive to this one?
Take me home.
Where are we at?
Country road. To the road. On the road. Country road.
So McClellan was selling his new process to Hughes and cutting out Nicholson.
Looks that way.
Take me road.
This would never go all the way up to Hughes. You would have middlemen
On the
dealing with stuff like
road.
this.
Someone like Mapes.
The word middleman was invented for guys like Mapes.
Geez, that guy from when I was who originally messaged me this morning has been at it for 12 hours.
The bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Any messages for me, Hopkins?
Not many you'd want to hear. Newspapers wanting interviews and rookies cussing you out, mostly.
Nothing else.
Pinker wants you in tech services. Maybe you'll be more popular downstairs.
There was a time where I was the most decorated person here. And Roy shit on me.
I'm just praying the prints come through so I can nail this son of a bitch.
Now,
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you know.
Where do you stand?
I think you're a good cop, but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out of politics, Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs. You can use the magnifier. There's quite a lot of detail.
Very funny.
I think you're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
Bringing the Watcher a match for our John Doe. He's obviously the competitive bid. Can you get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy?
It's already on its way.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator, and playboy. And Vernon Mapes, ex-dirty cop and business fixer. I found a similar tie pin along with a dead guy in a fridge. Excellent photography, Tomoko. So Tomoko had the goods on McClellan. Too bad they blew the place to hell. Is this McClellan? Can anyone make out the street number behind him?
Are you kidding? With my eyesight?
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. One drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the petri dish.
I'm just praying the prints come through so I can nail the son of a bitch.
It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
Can you guys knock it off? Everyone's still jumping from that bang this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took a couple years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
I think so. Acetic anhydride is almost as explosive as nitro, and when mixed with perchloric acid, it's very unstable. It needs to be cooled constantly. If we used linseed oil, you could add any organic compound to trigger an explosion.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using a 100-gallon vat.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put them down to 1.
McClellan's patent application. So we have McClellan raising a patent and selling to Hughes, and Akamoto copying the details for Lockheed. Where does that leave Nicholson?
With a great big hole in the ground.
We have 2 more places and we're done with this case.
I don't know what makes you so stupid, but it really works.
I'll be honest, I'm so ready to go to bed.
You can drive.
All right. Where to?
Got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Yeah, open doors are usually not that good.
This place stinks of petroleum.
Avgas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor. Hangstrom is flying today on TWA.
Hangstrom is dead, Cole. Why leave your ticket behind?
Maybe just cleaning up.
Wait, can I examine that further? That's what I thought. Oh. It's a real name.
Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now! Look, by the stove! Shoot the gas line, Cole, we're out of here! Fuck. There you are, shitheel. Come on, he's not getting away from us. I need to be closer, Phelps! Shit. You security men, Cole. Stay on mates. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker. Keep extended and try to bust his tire.
My car won't move. Yeah. We hit that way too hard.
There you are, shit.
He's hard enough to keep up with initially. He gets such a crazy head start on you. They get boost, then they just jump him ahead for the cutscene.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get in close. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Smash the son of a bitch's rear wheels. Lay into his wheel well. Come on. Shit. You security men, Cole. Stay on mates. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker. Get in close and steer him off the tar. Step on it, huh? Get me just a little closer.
He hits you with such force.
I'll go for the tires. That ought to slow the son of a bitch down.
Like, when he turns, it's absolute, man. Like, you ain't stopping him, the buildings ain't stopping him. The game makes sure he can make that turn. Even if he probably should.
Stop right there. Get out of the car slowly. Fire a warning round.
We're gonna have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight,
Aim at
Cole.
the tires.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Give me some cover.
He wants to play cat and mouse? Fine. Let's go and get his ass.
Don't mind those bullets. I have the power of regenerative health.
Walk out of here, or you can go out in a box. Your choice. Find some cover!
That dude have a bar?
You're covered. Give it up, chump. I tell you.
I got you.
Stay down.
I got you now, motherfucker. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You're gonna have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes. The guy had good honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps. But between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade.
This last one, last case.
Good morning, Doctor.
And a good morning to you too, Elsa.
God damn it.
You look radiant.
Thank you, Doctor.
We haven't been seeing much of you lately, Elsa. You've been missing appointments.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I've been feeling much better.
That's very good to hear. And what has brought about this improvement?
It's the new man in my life. He's convinced me to fight my addiction.
Ah, the policeman from the newspapers. How has he coped with his fall from grace?
He can finally see things from a human perspective, rather than the ivory tower he created for himself. It's making him stronger. It's making me stronger, helping me.
You wouldn't make a bad analyst yourself, Elsa. Should we swap seats?
We're both finding we have a lot to give up.
And what is that?
In my case, he went through hell along with me and still came out smiling. In Cole's case, his friend, Kelso.
Kelso?
You've heard of him?
No, I just like the sound of his name.
Cole and Jack are working on the case together.
Is Jack a policeman too?
No, he works for the district attorney.
But
He's a special investigator. I thought you didn't know him.
I have never met the gentleman in question.
He has been looking into Lou's case. Cole thinks it might be linked to some fires he's investigating. You look pale, Doctor.
It's cold in here, Elsa. I think I'll close the window. Why are you looking at me like that, Elsa?
You arranged for Lou to work at Elysian Fields, Doctor.
Your fears are unfounded. I meet many people in my line of work. There are many ways that people can be helped. Finding them work is just one of them.
I don't believe you, Doctor. I've seen you with Monroe at that club.
I'm sorry that you have come to that conclusion, Elsa. I've always so enjoyed our conversation.
Motherfucker.
I can see your future, Elsa. Cole, the policeman, and Jack, the investigator. It's an unfortunate, grisly end.
I've come to help you, Doctor. To help you cross over. All your sins will be forgiven. Next line.
It's gotta be one of these places.
So this case, I can already tell you, be interesting. You don't play as Kelso the whole time.
The arsonist.
You swap kind of rapidly between Kelso and Phelps to get to the end of it. Now, when I say rapidly, I just mean they're not separate cases. We're going to rapid exterminators first. Let's do it. And we're just gonna fucking skip there.
Help you?
How many guys you have working here, Pop?
Who's asking, son?
It could be official or unofficial. Depends on how you want to play it.
You should get to a hospital, son. That arm of yours appears to be letting in daylight.
Save the pity for the other guys. They're the ones who need it. I'm looking for a big cowboy who works pest control. Does he work here?
We don't have anyone like that here.
You sure? I'm not the type of guy you want coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What have you got?
Looks like a drug overdose.
Get away from him, Phelps. This is my case.
Shut your fucking mouth! Since when does a bagman work a case?
I knew this creep wasn't on the morphine heist. Victim of his own product.
Hey, detective! Can we back it off a notch? This is getting out of hand.
It's time to talk, but a time to shut up. Now is the time to be quiet, son.
Courtney Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with the mayor, DA, Monroe, and a certain crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off!
Damn.
You finally lost it, partner. I have a pretty good idea why Sheldon's dead. And I know about Monroe. Your vast, corrupt future is draining away as we speak.
I got better things to do than argue the rub with you.
Stay with him until the coroner gets here. Make sure technical services bags the evidence. If you let this creep anywhere near it, I'm looking for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, Phelps, you're not the worst asshole going around.
Thanks, Herschel.
He's pretty fucking pissed off. Like, that's the like medic dude that would like jump in and just do a bunch of crazy shit in those flashbacks. Like, that's him, the dead kid there. We're going to Westlake. We're just driving around looking at exterminators and shit.
I work for the DA. I'm looking for a big cowboy, does extermination. Anyone like that working here?
Well, I wouldn't want to get anyone into any trouble.
We could do this the hard way. An address?
Yeah, he lives in a bunkhouse on the remains of the old Rancho Rincon.
Thanks.
Cool. Change places. That's sitting in current.
Cole, you made it.
What's this got to do with me, Rusty?
Dr. Fontaine, prominent shrink, dead in his patient's room. Spine snapped like a twig. The suspect is one of his mental patients.
I've met Fontaine.
His last patient was Elsa Lichtman, Cole. She's missing. Nurse said that she saw some big Boris Karloff type carry her out of here.
The best thing that you can do to help me, Rusty, is let me take a look around.
Sure thing, Cole. This way. Take your time. I'll give you and the doctor some privacy.
His last newspaper.
That goddamn pet lunatic of yours is burning down our houses.
Keep your voice down, Leland. Control is of the essence.
Keep your voice down. Do you know how much these sons of bitches charge for lunch? Fuck them.
Leland, we will not solve our problems by announcing them to the general public. Speed ourselves on our way to the gallows.
He's your imbecile, Harlan. Get him under control or get rid of him.
Speaking of which, I've had to dispose of our young medical student.
What? certainly are a cold character, Harlan.
He has a friend called Kelso. He knows all about the development on Normandy Avenue.
I know about Kelso.
And you thought it unimportant to inform me.
I thought I could take care of it.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
Kelso works for Benson. Is he reliable?
No, he's totally unreliable. But he has so many pernicious habits, he's got nowhere to run.
Can you take care of Kelso?
Don't push me, Harlan. Get rid of the fruitcake. No longer necessary. I'll take care of Jim Kelso.
So much for your foresight, Doctor.
Destroyed by a monster of your own creation, Dr. Fontaine. I've heard that story somewhere before.
I mean, these last cases have honestly been the best fucking cases in the game. Jesus. I just wish they would cut through all the bullshit. Like, we've got an actual story that we're involved with and shit. Like, you have to suffer through the first 2/3 of the game to get to the actual, like, interesting last third. It's kind of bullshit. Broken glass on the floor. Oh yeah, probably this broken glass, if I'd guess. Yeah, it just takes so damn long to get there. That hurt this game a lot. Because this is actually
the
pretty
doctor has
interesting.
been marking this map. Edgewood Grove, McCarthy Vista, Crescent Heights, Rancho Escondido. Do those names mean anything to you, Herschel?
Yeah. How come?
Great fucking question.
New houses all being built in the path of the freeway?
Small table near the doorway. Ah.
Fontaine was having the houses burned for Monroe. Monroe wasn't happy. People started dying and it attracted attention. He and the doctor lost control.
You see them all listed here. We've talked about probably a good third of those guys. It says in the next room. You'll find it in a cabinet on the right corner, but like this is the closest thing to a cabinet that I see, and And I got 0 clue indicators while I was in here. Which I actually find kind of absurd. Of course there's his body, but... Or maybe it's here. Ah, that makes sense. Oh, glitchy.
Looks like Fontaine has finally dispensed his last treatment.
Just keeping it locked up. No big deal.
Jack was wrong. It's not about insurance, it's about eminent domain.
What are you talking about, Cole?
The government reclaims the land in the path of the freeway and pays the improved value of the land with new houses sitting on it.
What about the stiffs who paid their deposits?
Worst case, they get their money back. But the syndicate pockets millions on the improved value of the land.
So where does Jack's boss come into it?
He's the key. He carries the insurance. The insurance proves how much the houses are worth.
And they're worth nothing?
Firewood, all of it.
That's about as neat a scam as you can imagine. How are we going to prove any of this, Cole? Doctor's dead, and Roll nearly bled to death. If they get Jack...
We need the firebug. The Okie cowboy. Get him, get Elsa. Get him, get all of them.
Round up the troops. Shit's about to get weird. What up, motherfucker?
Guess nobody's home. Most guys bring home a 45 or an M1. This is pretty extreme.
Is he the flamethrower cowboy? From the flashbacks? The one who jumped in that fucking cave? Well, fuck. There's no origami cranes in here, right? No, okay, I can skip that room. Bunch of them. If you fold 1,000, then you'll have a wish granted. Or so the legend says, apparently.
Quite a flock you got here, kid. The river tunnels. This guy's a tunnel rat.
dude is armed to the fucking teeth. This I was looking for the whole time. I think. I was looking for a partially folded origami.
I know those faces. Jesus Christ, I know every one of them. Oh my God, Ira. You poor backwards son of a bitch. Peterson, I'm going to need some help. I've got Monroe, Fontaine, and all the others. It's all tied up nicely. It goes all the way to the top. Meet me at the LA River Tunnel entrance just north of the First Street Bridge in half an hour. Don't ask questions. Just be there. This is DA's investigator Jack Kelso. I have an urgent radio message for Detective Cole Phelps.
So yeah, it was the flamethrower guy. He went nuts.
KGPL calling car 11K, come in.
All this shit.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, see the man. A 207 just occurred on the spillway north of the First Street Bridge. DA's investigator Jack Kelso reports a kidnapping suspect outstanding in the LA River tunnel system with a hostage. 11K, handle
Roger
code
that.
3.
The hell is Jack playing at? Like a suicide note. Half the LAPD will be down there hunting for him.
We need to get there first. All units on all frequencies stand by. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit of suspect vehicle heading southwest on Sunset Boulevard. Suspect vehicle belonging to Jack Kelso, described as a Navy Chevrolet Fleetline. License number 4, William 0286. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit.
They picked up his car. I'll need help to make it to the river.
That's Kelso's car.
All units.
Who would thought arson would be so lit?
Extremely dangerous. Repeat, extremely
You're bad at your job.
be disabled immediately. If necessary, use of deadly force is authorized. All units, suspect vehicle headed west on Fifth Street. Repeat, the Chevy Fleetline Navy Blue, westbound on Fifth Street.
Yeah, they actually tailfished me.
All units, we have a new suspect vehicle. It is shop number 13516. Repeating, shop 13516 is a second suspect vehicle. Green Hudson Commodore, license 3 Sam 010.
Oh, we're suspects now too.
Reported to be aiding suspect Jack Kelso. Use caution and continue pursuit. All units, stand by for further. All units, suspect vehicle sighted heading northeast toward 3rd Street on the embankment between 3rd and 4th. All units, suspect vehicle is now northbound on Los Angeles, passing 2nd Street. Car 66 Adam, 77 Adam, go to 1st and Alameda. Car 19 William, go to 1st and Vignes. Repeat, 1st and Vignes. Unit 10, identified, go to 3.
Jesus Christ. How many cops do these guys own?
All units, further to the second suspect vehicle, shop 13516. Chief Worrell has authorized the use of deadly force. Repeat, use of deadly force is authorized in disabling both suspect vehicles.
Who is this guy?
Peterson, assistant DA.
What's he doing?
He's here to cover our backs.
I'm going in there, Jack.
No one's trying to stop you. I found this at the ranch house. He's marked his routes. I'll go in here. Cole, you take the next entrance. Biggs, I need you to take the car and cover this spot here. I think that's his fail-safe exit. Cole, he's one of ours.
What are you talking about?
Right where you are!
Got it?
Got it.
Peterson, you want to be DA? We'll earn your salt.
So, Kelso is your boy, Peterson? And working with Phelps? A handy lad, that Kelso.
Yes, he is, Chief. You can't imagine what those two have uncovered. It could go all the way to the top. I hope you won't be implicated.
So, you're the new broom, Peterson?
Looks like it.
And you think he'll make it out of there alive?
I think he might. He's a difficult boy to get rid of.
All right, Peterson. I'm listening. What's your offer?
Ho ho ho! Fuck. There was so many guys. Gotta leave to them early.
Keep on going, Jack.
You don't get to get out.
This one's got your name on it.
Should help immensely. Oh shit, okay. Fair enough. Oh, I figured that would wash my ass away. Cool.
Christ. Just missed.
There'd be some bullshit there. And so we continue.
You're pretty brave for a dead man.
Behind me.
Throw out the guns! Almost out. Need a new weapon.
I know I can get that dude in the back.
That's it. Out of ammo.
Fucking era, crazy motherfucker. This is where the game ends, by the way. In case y'all were wondering.
Want me? You got me.
his head out, we'll step on him.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Eyes open. He's around
Running
here
low.
somewhere.
Almost out. Need a new weapon.
I heard
You're
a guy
surrounded and your
really
buddies
close
are
to me.
dead.
His head out, we step on it.
They're right there. You know, I don't know. The guide's not really giving me any clear indication.
So he's there, right there. Tell us.
You can walk out of here or go out in a box. Your choice.
This one's got.
Damn, I'm surprised he didn't get put down.
You're pretty brave.
Keep on going.
You know what? I actually, because of the sheer amount of dudes they're packing in these It's time. It's time for retribution, boys.
The water's rising. You can walk out of here or go out in a box. Your choice.
Can't you follow, you son of a bitch?
I can't go any faster than this, by the way. In case you were wondering. Oh,
Christ. Just...
I can't hit him with that. What the fuck? Oh, but I can run over there. Okay. You are so fucked. Yeah, I'm kind of guessing on where to go. There's really no markers or anything. You kind of just have to wing it. Can't have a flamethrower for the final cutscene.
Are you okay, Princess?
I felt better. He saved me from the doctor.
Hi, Tex. Do you remember me?
I'm not sure that I do. Have you come here to kill her?
Why would I do that, soldier?
Isn't that why you're all here?
I'm here to get her out.
Her. But not me. You haven't come for me.
No, not you. It ends here.
You were with the 6th on Sugarloaf, weren't you?
I was?
And Naha?
Yes, I was.
You're Sergeant Jack Kelso, aren't you? Where's your uniform, Sarge?
At home in my locker, Hogaboom. War's over, soldier.
I know that, Sarge.
I'm fighting a different kind of war. I fight for God now.
We all fight for God, Ira.
In our own ways. Not everyone knows it.
Elsa! Are you all right? Get away from her! It's all right, Cole. He doesn't want to hurt her. Ira was with us on Okinawa.
What? You know this guy?
Don't you remember me, Lieutenant? I remember you.
No. Don't.
You ordered me to burn that cave, Lieutenant. That cave full of civilians.
Oh, shit.
Hospital.
What is he talking about?
It was war. For God's sake, I can't be held responsible for everything that happened.
I don't blame you, Lieutenant. You helped me to help other people.
Ira lost his mind on Okinawa, Princess.
Sheldon asked the doctor to help him get it back.
The doctor helped me to find my path. And I helped him to a better life.
Elsa's going to leave now, Ira. She will be all right. You've helped her, too. Get her out of here. Biggs will help. His exit is nearby.
Jack, I need this guy to make the case.
Hasn't this poor bastard given you enough? Get out of here now!
For God's sake, Jack! What are you going to do?
Don't cry, miss. Sergeant Kelso has come to help ease my way. I was proud to serve with you, Jack.
Get out of here, Cole!
Please don't pop him in the head. Yep. Too crazy to live. Spends every day suffering.
What do we do, Lieutenant? Jesus, look at all the kids! Stop the goddamn screaming! I need to think!
And how do you expect to do that, you fucking maniac? They're burned to a crisp!
Finish them off. Do it humanely. We are leaving this place.
You do it, Phelps! Get your own fucking hands dirty! I'm out of morphine!
Put these people out of their pain. Now! That's an order!
Oh shit.
Everyone out of here now. Double time! You two get Lieutenant Phelps to an aid station. Weapons team will be blowing this place in 2 minutes. Everything that happened in here stays in here. Do you hear me? I don't want to ever hear another word about it.
So Sheldon shot Phelps because he was so disgruntled by his command.
Killed that man!
He was doing him a favor, Elsa. Cole, up here! I'll get this grader. Where are you hurt? The water's rising. You're first. Hand her up. Get out of here! You're not Jack. I'm not arguing. You're wounded, Jack. Let me help. What are you waiting for? Jump, Cole!
Oh yeah.
Jump for it!
Who knows where he's gonna end up at? Did he die by a fucking sewer? Really? Oh yeah. This is his funeral. His wife and kids up front. That has to be real tough for them.
We're gathered here to honor Detective Cole Phelps.
This motherfucker does not need to be speaking.
Cole Phelps was the best kind of man. Hear, hear. A war hero who led his men with true valor. And through his personal bravery achieved one of his country's highest honors. A cop, wrongly accused, who never lost his faith in the LAPD and the system.
Fine! You belittle his memory.
Elsa.
Get out of my way, Jack. You call yourself his friend.
A detective who fought to expose
the evil corruption of the murderous Dr. Fontaine and the rapacious property tycoon Leyland Monroe.
Go to her. Will you,
A
Herschel?
reformer who
You were never his
recognized
friend,
the need
Jack.
to remove the odd bad apple from a
you're
department
right.
made up of good men.
Herschel?
A man who never gave up.
Yeah, Jack.
Who
I was
continued
never
to
his
fight
enemy.
the good fight.
I think you knew that, Jack.
The fight that cost him his own life. A good husband. A good father. And may I say,
Phelps found
A
the
good
atonement
friend.
he was looking for by working on that case. And he got to save people in situations where he otherwise did not get to do so. Because, like, during all those war flashbacks, they were constantly criticizing his ability to really do anything other than just, you know, tell people to do stuff. But he actually, at the end there, jumped into the thick of it and finally did that one thing. Like, it wasn't bad. To be honest, I understand the importance of definitely the first half. You've got to build him up to be the cop that people are going to miss during the second half. Well, you know, at the end of the second half. But at the same time, as a player, that experience has drug on so much. The Black Dahlia case, I didn't give a shit who it was by the end of it. And while it did have kind of an okay ending, like the fact that it got swept under the rug and like it didn't actually do anything for Phelps other than get him into Vice. Like, it didn't help him in any way to add that narrative. So really, I would just taken out the whole homicide. They could have kept traffic, that's fine. It's good enough. Vice was pretty good. Arson was, for some dumb fucking reason, the absolute best of what they had to offer. Granted, arson barely had shit to do with the actual arson, but yeah, I can see why this game's hard for people to finish. I'm glad I finished it. And I would be willing to play cases like one-off if I could do like a case selector. Yeah, like don't... One thing that they could have fucking done is made it that way, like, in order to progress to the next case, I have to go like a case selector and like put all those DLC cases off to the side. They were okay as like isolated narrative bits, but to integrate them right into the story, absolute filler. It added a good 4 to 5 hours to this game that it did not need. I really have no desire to watch these credits, but I always try to respect the developers and let their credits play at least once in their entirety, uninterrupted. Yeah, but to be honest, the game got better when they dropped the policing aspect of it, because if they'd made a game just on the policing aspect of it, they would have needed to stop it at the end of the homicide ones, because, like, I was bored as fuck. I won't say it's the main reason I didn't play the game for several weeks, but it certainly didn't motivate me to, like, at least squeeze in time to finish it while I was working on Final Fantasy XIV. Ultimately, as a player, the game meant more to me when the person I played as, like, there's a reason I was playing as him and not just random Joe Schmo cop. Because they were hinting at a story the whole time. The flashbacks just, they were too disjointed and not really leading anywhere. And you don't really understand the flashbacks until really, like, right towards the end. It's like they kept their cards too close to their chest for way too long and made me go through like 15-20 hours of gameplay before they even started, like, tip their hand a little bit and be like, hey, look, here's what we have in store for you. That is way too long for me to, like, want or get some sort of payoff other than just, hey, guess what? I'm a policeman doing police things. Can I at least speed these up? No. Okay. Let it roll. I'm just gonna poke around my phone. Shit.
How about this for a headline? Guess which former 6th Marine hero has been promoted in the LAPD? No idea.
Well, could be anybody.
You give up? Tell us or hand over the fucking paper. The Shadow, boys. Our very own Silver Star winning son of a bitch.
Phelps? He didn't die, Jack. He did just fine, and that's all we're going to say about it, right?
The one and only. Look at this picture. Golden boy getting his badge, wife and kids in tow, and looking awful humble in the process. Well, he's that phony bastard.
I wonder if they've been holding my job for me after all this time.
What job was that?
Mechanic.
Ain't you seen all the war bond movies, Sarge? All the best mechanics is women. You're gonna have to work as a gigolo from here on in.
I was a bus driver in Santa Cruz. No pictures in the papers or medals for me, though.
Can't believe I just went through Petaloo and Okinawa just to go back to being a washing machine mechanic.
How is it that jerks like Phelps get it all?
It doesn't have to be that way, guys.
What are you talking about? It's always gonna be that way.
Do you have any idea what you guys are sitting on?
Yeah, a ship full of Army surplus.
You're sitting on surplus morphine. 2 tons of it. Can you imagine what that's worth on the streets? Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You're shitting me.
I'm not.
You're talking about stealing it?
Keep your voice down. Do you want to have us all thrown in the brig?
God damn it, Sheldon. You want to go into the dope business?
No. I want to be in the peace dividend business.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I want the guys who fought for a better future to get some share of it. You interested, Jack?
Come on, Top. We could all get out from under.
Oh, it's the chance of our lives.
It's everyone or no one, boys.
I'm not having a bar of it, Courtney. You may be the bravest person I have ever met, but I swear to God, trouble follows you around like a pet fucking dog. I thought you wanted to try for medical school.
So what do you want, Jack? What's the future got in store for you?
You guys were all heroes in the war. Every single one of you. Even if your next door neighbor or your wife never know it and don't give a rat's ass. Fuck Phelps and medals and citations and parades. Fuck the public who are bored with returning GIs. I have nothing but respect for what you guys and the rest of the 6th have done. You go through with this, and you'll be nothing to me.
Well, that was an interesting nugget of lore there at the end. I don't know. Are they just gonna make me play as Kelso for the rest of the game? Oh. They're gonna make you play as shit. They make you play a main menu again. So I guess this is where I can replay the cases. this is where I can see my star ratings. And you can do free roam. This is where I started using the guide at anyways. Which I still fucked up on that one because I talked to somebody I wasn't trying to talk to, but yeah. If I really wanted to play them, I'd have to go through all of the ones I don't have a 5-star on and replay them. There's also some like one-off trophies that are hidden inside cases. I was not really feeling all that. But yeah, it's been something. I hesitate to say fun. It started to get fun when I got to this section here. Fuck this folder. Traffic and patrol was okay. Homicide would have been okay if the game had just stopped there, but it didn't. And then we started actually getting some real story in the Vice desk, and the arson desk was great. So, there it be. Other cool shits in the menu. We got some extras, probably not a very fun extra. Vehicle showroom or credits. How about no? Well, those are all the options, so. Alright, no fucking platinum run for this. We're gonna be playing Judgment on the next stream. The next stream will probably be in a few hours, but your boy needs a nap. Anyways, it's been fun. I can't wait to get this out on my PlayStation. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for the Judgment stream. I need to get all these into an LA Noire playlist. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I will I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Later.